From the Radio DePaul studios in Chicago, Illinois, it's time for Radio DePaul. It's time for Radio... could somebody turn the phone off, please? It's time for Radio DePaul's Pocket News.
Something in my front pocket for you.
Featuring the award-winning Radio DePaul News team.
Very impressive.
And now, here's what's happening at 5.
Hello and welcome to Radio DePaul's Pocket News at 5 on Thursday, November 6, 2014. I'm Nicole Coleman alongside Elizabeth Ray and Tyler Stone, and here's what's happening on campus and around Chicago. The Chicago Police Department's newly formed mobile explosives screening team swapped the bags of some passengers entering a River North train station this morning as part of a new counterterrorism initiative. Chicago police began conducting the pop-up screenings at CTA train stations on Monday, joining cities like New York, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles. Today, 12 uniformed officers were positioned outside turnstiles at the East Grand Avenue Red Line station. Anyone at random walking into the station with bags was greeted by an officer who apologized for the inconvenience and escorted them to a table that held two shoebox-sized devices called multi-mode threat detectors. Clearance for travel would then be granted in a matter of seconds. Screenings are voluntary, but passengers who refuse to comply will not be allowed to enter the train platform. Passengers who try to access the rail system without being cleared could be arrested at the officer's discretion. A mistrial was declared today for Jessica Cruz, the suburban woman accused of killing her newborn baby and leaving him in the garbage. After nearly 20 hours of deliberations yesterday, the jury was sent home for failing to reach a verdict. Authorities said Cruz suffocated her baby boy with a plastic bag after giving birth in a Salvation Army bathroom in 2011. However, defense attorneys say the baby was stillborn. Jurors have not been able to agree on whether Cruz should be found guilty of first-degree murder and concealment of a homicide, a verdict that could carry a life sentence. A Chicago man accused of mailing threats of beheadings, bombings, and other violence to Southern Illinois University's Carbondale campus is now facing fewer federal counts under a federal indictment than when he was first charged. A grand jury yesterday accused 21-year-old Derek DeJuan Burns of 4 felony counts of willingly making a bomb threat. Each count is punishable by up to 10 years in prison and $250,000 in fines. The indictment replaces a September criminal complaint that accused Burns of the 4 bomb threat counts, as well as 4 counts of making a threatening communication. Investigators say most of the letters sent over a year-long span in 2012 and 2013 suggested SIU would be targeted with violence ranging from rapes to beheadings, use of pipe bombs, shooting rampages, the unleashing of deadly chemical powder on unsuspecting students, and arson. The FBI has said fingerprint samples Burns supplied to investigators in August matched those found on 4 of the 7 letters. He remains jailed without bond and is tentatively scheduled to go on trial in December. Stay tuned. Coming up next, national and world news here on Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
Biking in Chicago is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a lifestyle. It's convenient, affordable, and with 13,000 bike racks, parking is never a problem. But with every reward comes a sidecar of risk. In Chicago, over 1,700 cyclists a year are killed or injured in bike accidents involving motor vehicles. Bike safety is simple. First, become familiar with Chicago bike laws. Know your hand signals and when to use them. Love your brain. Get a bike helmet that fits your noggin and deck it out with a headlamp and some reflective gear for riding at night. Bike at least 3 to 4 feet away from parked cars to avoid being struck by a car door being open. Motorists can do their part too by checking their side view mirrors for bike traffic before exiting their vehicle. Most importantly, remember that we're sharing the road. Looking out for both ourselves and each other is the only way to keep Chicago's roads safe, no matter what your wheels look like. For more information on bike safety in Chicago, visit www.chicagobikes.org. This public service announcement was brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.